What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? We are officially back with another video. We are back with another one. Why shut the fuck up, calendar? Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. What is going on, YouTube? How are we doing? How's life? I'm excited to give you another reaction video here. So, what are we talking about today? First off, we need to get a little bit hyped up. I discovered this new artist named Jutes, who does rock music. I be listening to this in the gym. I'm fighting my demons in there, dude. I be fighting my demons in there listening to this shit. This shit goes crazy. This shit goes absolutely batshit crazy. Anyways, what are we reacting to today? So, one of the goats of hip hop for a long time, Mr. Drake Aubrey Graham, dropped a freestyle over the Conductor beats. Now, it's been a while since the Kendrick Drake beef happened, and I know he's probably talking. He's probably going to address a couple things that have been going on. I would say it's been probably a rough year for Drake in terms of perception. I think it's become a trend, I'm not going to lie, to hate on everything Drake does. Now, does Drake do things here and there that you might not like? Absolutely. But is like, every time he drops something, there's always like a massive amount of hate. I think for no reason. And I guess not for no reason, but I think there's always like a massive amount of hate. I think people just like hopped on the bandwagon to just like dislike him. And personally, I grew up with Drake. I watched Degrassi. Surprisingly, watched Degrassi. So knew Wheelchair Jimmy. Listened to Drake when he did Replacement Girl with Trey Songz, right? And so I've seen him come up. I've seen him get to his peak, and I've seen him have to go through this like somewhat difficult time where everything he does, he has a whole crowd of people like basically just like crapping on him the entire time. That being said, like, from the beef, are there things that like was said that like are somewhat true about Drake? Like, absolutely. Did he lose that beef? Like, yeah, absolutely. Because it, from a perception standpoint, I think it did hurt his perception a little bit. Are people still going to listen to Drake? Absolutely. Are people still going to bump his music? Definitely. Is he still going to be on everyone's Spotify Wrapped? Yes. Like, I don't think it's truly affecting it. I think it's just changing the way that people have the conversation around Drake. Like, and still you can't argue, right, that he's you can't argue that he's not one of the goats of like hip hop. You can't. Like, the things that he's done, the records that he's broken, you can say he's not in your opinion, but you're just lying at that point to yourself. You're just lying, right? Because he definitely is, and he's been around for a long time, and he has done a lot of great things. I think the people who are saying that, Drake is just biting flows, I think is crazy, because like I don't think people remember what he did when it came to like the melodic type of rapping, like the talking and then singing rap. Like, people were doing that. Let's not get it twisted, but the way that Drake was doing it was very different than how a lot of people were doing it. And then the fact that he was also like rap singing, talking about his like emotions and his feelings, I think is what really resonated with people. And he was one of the first artists to like actually like revolutionize that and make it super mainstream. Like, of course there were other artists that were like somewhat playing around with that sound, but like Drake really made that sound popular. And like I think it's a ridiculous argument to also say that he like hasn't helped people in their career and he has more to gain than like some other people. Like, yes, I think Migos, for example, was big in Atlanta. They were big in the South. People listened to Migos, but come on, like people weren't listening to Versace like that. Like people were listening in my high school in Washington D.C. to Versace because of the Drake remix. It wasn't because of Migos. So he has put people on. I think some arguments that people make are just like ridiculous and are just there to hate. So I'll probably get hate for even having some level of defense for Drake. That being said, he has done some weirdo shit for sure, and I think there are 100% valid things that Kendrick said from the beef. But that being said, he dropped a freestyle. I want to know what he's talking about because it has been a while since he last since he's spoken about something and since he dropped like a serious track. Like he's dropped something like No Face where it was like no face, like he's saying like he doesn't feel this shit. He's dropped like Blue Green Red, like he's dropped a lot of like tracks like not officially but dropped a lot of leaks. But I think this Freestyle over Conductor beat, he's probably talking some shit. So let's see what he says. I love you, Conductor. Hold on. I need to get my headphones. All right. We're on, baby. We're on. All right. Let's see what he's saying.
The summer is over. I missed it. Barrel was smoking. I kissed it.
Barrel was smoke. He just shot some shots.
Unrealistic. Cut him the check because I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man.
Okay, pay him for what he's done.
Even my brothers got tickets. Seem like they loved every minute.
Okay, he's talking about basketball. I bet he's either talking about DeMar DeRozan or he's talking about LeBron. I did see on Twitter that it was like people are taking it as a LeBron diss because he was like dancing to Kendrick's song and he was at the pop out. Obviously, we know he's not really messing with DeMar DeRozan anymore because DeMar DeRozan was like in the music video and like all that stuff. So, he's talking about DeMar and LeBron.
Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I run up the digits.
Okay, he's talking about how he's feeling about other people.
I guzzle a Guinness, or when I get my fifth made back because the color is different.
Okay, he's talking about nobody hypes him up. Nobody really cares about when he succeeds.
You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Sure convinced the gang that shit was rooted in love when it isn't.
Not sure who he's talking about there.
Lessons in juxtaposition. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition.
Yeah, he's like, oh, sorry, you can't. You're not hanging out with me. Don't bump my music.
Always gonna be close like ovens and kitchens. I was sadly mistaken. The loyalty.
You're like, none of y'all are loyal. None of y'all are loyal to me. These hoes ain't loyal.
And niggas cry the blues for you saying it wasn't malicious. Talking about we family, well, I'm not the cousin to visit.
Talking about we family, well, I'm not the cousin to visit. I'm not the cousin to visit. I'm that crazy cousin. You don't want to visit me. We ain't family no more. You ain't loyal.
Your public image. All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings. Niggas wanted trouble, grabbed a shovel and dug up some ditches. Cover my body in dirt, but that wasn't me.
Okay. He's spitting on this freestyle.
We've done dozens of switches. Niggas tried to light the front gate up. It wasn't for Christmas.
Okay, because he got shot. His house got shut up.
Religious. It came from a place of desperation and utter submission. Rapping was over for now. It came like a sudden decision.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about you snakes and these other musicians. Niggas started fucking with my family. I'm going to prison.
Facts. That's facts for anything. If people start messing with your family, you're going to prison. Like, don't let people mess with your family. He's spitting facts there.
And we all crashing out together. My brother's complicit. Who put a pipe bomb in your trunk and wasn't exhibit? I'm trying to blow the doors off that bitch when you touch the ignition.
Okay, he's trying to switch something. He's trying to switch something.
It's me. Who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position?
Okay, he's addressing the beef right now.
I hope they got double encryption.
Like who's got the most to lose and who's in the other position. He's saying like because he's essentially at the top of the game, right? Like people are coming after him. Like he has the most to lose versus like other people are just trying to gain clout off of him. Which I think in a lot of retrospect, he's like he is right. Like more people have a lot more to gain going after Drake and going after him and dissing him and drawing attention with him, then I would say like he has to gain from this. Like the only thing that he gained from like this beef was like I don't even know. I don't think he really gained much from doing it, to be honest. It definitely more, I think, hurt him in a lot of people's eyes. So I mean, that's a true bar. Like people have more, the people that went after him have way more to gain than probably Drake. So he didn't have to do that. Probably maybe an error on his part for even doing it.
I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. This nigga pulled
Okay.
a rabbit out the hat and y'all love a magician.
Okay, he's talking about the lawsuit. He's like, "Yo, I hate to see your empire, your stuff go down because I'm suing I'm suing Universal," which is like it's definitely a funny move to like do it after a beef, but it's not just because of the beef, right? But like he's definitely picking like the beef definitely like encouraged him to do it more, but I also think he was mid negotiation for another record deal, so it just happens that that's also like a huge reason. But yeah, I mean I see how people are taking it as like, oh, screw him for suing, why, like suing Universal for using a beef. But looking at the contents of the lawsuit, like if they're like, if Universal is actually like doing what they're being sued to do, or what they're being sued about, essentially, of like radio payola and like promoting song and using fake bots and streams and all that to artificially like promote, I don't know. I think it's a good thing overall. But yeah, that is funny that he's referencing that in the freestyle.
It's funny to see you all rejoicing and hugging and kissing. What are we celebrating? I rent out the club at Edition. Nothing was the same with all you.
Nothing was the same. Reference best Drake album.
This time bury me in gold. My blood is Egyptian. The Dennis James come out when the vodka is flooding my system.
Okay, his dad. He channels his dad.
Subtle addiction. I got my father's habits and I got my mother's
permission.
My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians.
Okay, he respects everybody.
Why y'all tell me I wasn't that nigga?
I'm staring at my daddy while you tell me I wasn't that nigga. Hey. That was hard. I think if you listen to that and you're like, that was boring, he's not talking, like that was whack. Like I think you're just hating at that point, because I think the half of the criticism that has been around for Drake right now after the beef has been he hasn't really talked about his mental state after. He hasn't addressed anything, like addressed where he is. He hasn't talked about like the things that he's feeling. And that track, it definitely talks about it. He has some great lines in there. So like, I think if you're a rap fan, if you like hip hop and you like rap and you like lyrical rap and you like that kind of Drake, you should like that. But if you're just like, nah, I don't like that, sounds like Drake, I mean, I think you're probably just hating at that point, which is fine. You're allowed to hate, but you're probably just hating. Yeah, I think that was a good freestyle. It's cool to hear where his head was at. I want to hear more. I want to hear. Obviously, it's just a leak, but I want to see like what he kind of actually releases, like when he actually releases like a project, or when he actually releases like a next couple singles. Like he might not even address it, at least until like the album, but like I want to hear what his first like real like release or couple releases is going to be after like the whole incident has occurred. But yeah, this was cool. I'm glad he leaked something, because that like it was good to hear where his head was at. But anyways, guys, TwonJovie out. We got more where that came from, guys. We're up to 16 subscribers, so we just keep going up. It doesn't stop, baby. It doesn't stop. We keep going. But thank you for following along. Thank you for following the journey. Hopefully you like this video. Yeah, let's just keep the ball rolling, shall we? All right. Goodbye.